Hey guys, what's up? Maybe you recognize this video going on. This is the one I did yesterday on hacks and bottom feeders and what to do about them. Now I thought this video was going to cause some controversy, but I didn't think it was going to be from all of these teenage DJs out there. What I thought was going to be the big controversy was me saying that the UK has some problems. Because as an American, I always feel funny about talking about something that's going on in another part of the world. But I've been there and I've seen it, and I've talked to DJs from the UK, and I've seen there is a problem. And up until now, I really haven't had the kahunas to mention it. So I've mentioned it in that video. And I thought the UK was going to come down on me. But it wasn't the UK at all. It was more the teenage DJs out there who felt offended because you were used as an example. The video was really about how to counteract the problem of hacks and bottom feeders as professionals. It wasn't about knocking them out of the game. It wasn't about scolding them. It was just about identifying a problem, and teenagers were using it as an example and took offense. So I'm going to go through some of these comments and address them and hopefully clear some stuff up for you. First, let's define bottom feeders and hacks. Have you ever had a fish tank? If you have, maybe you've had a little catfish or an algae eater at the bottom of the tank. What that animal does is it eats all the shit off the bottom of the tank. It feeds off the bottom. And in the DJ business, a bottom feeder isn't necessarily always a bad DJ. What a bottom feeder does is creates shit out of something that wasn't shit to begin with. For example, let's say there was a school that was paying $500 for a DJ to come in for 4 hours and perform for the students. What a bottom feeder will do is come in and underbid that DJ at, let's say, $200. Doesn't make him a bad DJ necessarily, oftentimes they are, but not necessarily a bad DJ, just somebody who creates shit out of something that at one time wasn't. And then we have the hacks. What's a hack? A hack is somebody who goes in and just does a hatchet job of a gig. They don't know what they're doing, but they say they do. And it's typically a bad performance, usually from lack of experience. We all have bad gigs, don't get me wrong, but this is somebody who's a repeat offender on that, just because they don't have the knowledge to begin with. Now here's kind of a blanket comment that came up a lot, which was everyone has to start somewhere. And I agree, everyone does have to start somewhere. And if you listen to my video very carefully, I never told anyone to stop doing anything. What I did was identify that hacks and bottom feeders are a problem, and pros need to address it. But let's talk about everyone needs to start there for a minute while we're on the subject. Yeah, they do. And I've said this before, the way I started was in a skating rink, and I had some supervision there. When I started doing mobiles, I did it for a mobile company and was an assistant just about every Friday and Saturday for a year before I went out and did it on my own. And I was an assistant to some of the best DJs I've ever seen perform. Now I understand not everyone's going to do that for a lot of different reasons. Maybe no one will hire you because they're not seeing potential in you. But you've got the gear and you want to do it anyway, so you're going to go do it anyway. And go ahead. Understand this. You're not a threat to me. If you go out there with little to no knowledge and start performing, I really don't care. The only thing that I suggested in the video, which was the point of the video, was that as pros, we need to adjust the way that we sell our services. We need to explain to the client why maybe I'm a better option than, let's say, a 20-year-old who just went out and bought a bunch of gear and downloaded a bunch of MP3s. That's my job. I just have to adjust the way I do things. Here's one I got a lot. People were saying, look, call me a hack or a bottom feeder. I've got, and there's a big list of pro gear. Let me make something crystal clear. I don't care if you have the best gear known to man, or if you found your mobile system in a garbage can in a dark alley somewhere. If you are grossly undercharging for your DJ services, you are a bottom feeder, and you're hurting the industry. If you don't know what you're doing, but you're going out there representing yourself as a professional, you are a hack, and there's no way around that. I think if you're honest about what you do to your client, it's not a big deal. You can go out there and say, look, I'm pretty new at this, and I've got this gear, and I'd be happy to do your pool party for $150. I don't really see a problem with that. But if you go out there saying you're the best DJ service in town, and you are the most professional, and have the biggest music library, and you're the crowd favorite, and you're none of those things, you're a hack. Period. Okay, I got a comment from a guy who felt like that maybe he was a bottom feeder. He built his DJ system from a lot of homemade things, and he does free or super inexpensive gigs for the military, the handicapped, and the elderly. This guy is not a bottom feeder, okay? This guy is a saint. This guy is doing something great for his community, and I applaud you. If anything, you deserve an award, and not to be called a name. Alright, you're doing something that most people wouldn't do. Most people always want something for whatever they're doing. They want some kind of reward, or they want some kind of cash return. You're doing something just because you're a cool guy, and there's not a damn thing wrong with that. One of the big blanket comments on here or criticisms were from young DJs who got mad at me because I said that they got their money from their mom and dad to buy their DJ equipment. And they argue with me that, no, I didn't, I worked a summer job, or I did this, or I did that, and used my own money. Look, in the real world, a 13-year-old cannot earn several $1,000s over the course of a summer to buy extremely expensive DJ equipment. I don't care how you got the money, quite frankly. I don't care if you sold blood. You have the money, and it's disposable income. What is disposable income? It's money that doesn't make or break you. It's money that doesn't take food out of your mouth. It's money that doesn't take a roof out from over your head. It's money that you can do whatever you want with. You can go out and buy clothes with it. You can go out and you can buy video games with it. You didn't. You bought DJ equipment. And please remember that you guys are talking to a dad who has a kid about your age. I know how this works, okay? But again, it doesn't really matter how you made the money. You've got disposable income, and you have helped create a problem for pros. A lot of you, not all of you, a lot of you have helped create a problem for pros. And again, the only thing this video was about was how to counteract that problem. You've made things a bit more challenging for a lot of us, and I'm up to it, and I've overcome the challenge. In fact, I'm charging more than I did last year, and it's helped me, ultimately, think about my customer service and how I can make my customer service even better than it was. So, no harm, no foul, but hey, I really don't care where your money comes from. Disposable income is disposable income. Okay, and I'll address one more of the comments that I got. It was a good one. And that was from Staff Record Player. He had suggested that maybe part of the problem would be that there are people like me out there giving information about how to be a DJ and encouraging people to become DJs. And maybe I'm part of my own problem. And I probably am. And in fact, I know I am. Who am I kidding? The reason I started doing the videos in the first place was not to hatch a bunch of new DJs. The reason I started doing the videos was to try to help people like myself who were out there all alone and needed some information. But a lot of kids latched on, asked a lot of questions, and I've been cool enough to answer them. And yeah, absolutely, I probably am part of the problem. I am part of the problem. Who am I kidding? But I'm not going to stop doing videos because of it. I can't help it what someone's moral, I guess, values are. If someone goes out and does the wrong thing with the information that I give them, shame on them. I'm not really responsible for that, I guess, directly. What I do want to do is help whoever needs help. And another comment that I guess I will wrap with, or one more. A lot of people said I was really hard on young DJs. And I got to thinking about that. You know, I think the young DJs are being pretty hard on me, because a lot of you out there have been watching these videos and gotten a lot out of them from me or Jonathan or whoever else is out there shooting videos, and we've done nothing but help you. I gave you a little reality this time. Didn't mean to, but I did. You got some reality out of it and you didn't like it. Well, I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm not going to treat you like a baby. I'm going to treat you just like a big person, and if there's a problem, I'm going to let you know what it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to do everything I can to help you. I'm going to do everything I can to give you the best advice possible. But don't be so hard on me, guys. I've given you a lot of good stuff, and I'm not lying to you, and I'm not treating you like a child. So that's it. I'm wrapping this video. And I don't think this video is going to have as many views or comments as the last video, which is unfortunate, because I think this is a good discussion, a good healthy discussion. But regardless, one thing that did hurt my feelings that I wanted to point out to you before I do wrap, and that is I did a video at the end of the last video of my dogs playing my moment of zen, and I was really sad that only 2 or 3 people acknowledged my moment of zen with my beautiful dogs. So anyway, going to try to do a gig log tonight. Did one last night, but it's about that big. So we'll try to do a better one tonight for you. And we'll see you soon. Practice and enjoy.